Okay, so Korea just had their big patch day, and I'll try to cover everything in a sort of a shorter video. If you are interested in more of a longer deep dive into what this is, I will leave a link in the pinned comment from the live stream that I did. It is 3 hours, however, I tried to explain pretty much all of the detailed stuff there. We discovered all of the features that it has to offer. For here, I will only cover the important topics, so yeah, let's go. So first of all, the world boss. It will be the new dungeon, and it will replace a seal in here. Do not worry, seal is not gone, it is still here, however it is just moved to the raid tab. The world boss is this huge, massive creature that requires you to take up to 15 units plus your summoner into the fight, and you will need to rearrange these units in 4 different groups. So these groups do matter because you are able to select which buff each group receives, and you can only use 1 buff for each group. So for example, my group with Soleta currently has increased damage dealt. So I usually prioritize units that do a lot of damage plus another support unit. And you can also see other buffs for it. So increased damage when attacked. There is one that does more damage based on beneficial effects and all of that. So once you select this, you can start the battle, and all of the units plus your summoner will be starting in 4 different groups around the boss. Now keep in mind, I'm not making a sort of a big guide on how to do this boss. I'm just trying to showcase how it works. So one thing I want to note is these boss's abilities are extremely hard to dodge. This one was a little bit easier, but as the fight progresses, you will see like some of these you are not dodging these, so you will need a healer for this. Also, there will be these cubes. You may remember these cubes from one of the dungeons in Kontana. Basically, whenever you touch them, they seem to explode. And as you can see, some of the groups from my setup have already died, whilst the others, for example with Perna, since Perna does have the self-revive on her, can still survive for a little longer. But yeah, dodging attacks is, I'm not gonna lie, super hard. And whenever you die, I will showcase what happens then. Yeah, so once you are dead, you are basically gonna receive the total score. The score consists of 4 things. So attack score is based on how much damage you deal. There's also some kind of a defense and recovery scores. I'm guessing based on maybe how much damage you healed, how much damage you've taken, and the total gets added to your rank. And based on that rank, you get a lot of rewards. First of all, based on the individual rewards. Second of all, based on where you place within the weekly roster. So the world boss rankings can be seen here. It is per server, and the rank rewards you get across the whole server will give you these rewards. So from hero tier to only white tier symbols, quick battle tickets, and these valor coins. And also the best score, this is individual one that you place, doesn't matter what rank you got. You will get items like hero artifacts, then items to upgrade those artifacts, and additional valor coins. And with these coins, you are able to access the shop and get some amazing items in here. So legendary symbols, these seem like an amazing purchase, but also they have pretty high odds of getting crafted. So I would say these may not even be the best purchase. The best purchase will by far be the hero artifacts, I feel, because the upgrade rates of these hero artifacts are abysmally low. And yeah, just for reference, to upgrade from a purple tier to a legendary gear for symbols, you have a 50% success chance. So 1 in 2 will go to that. So that's why I feel like buying them will not be as worth it. Then we have the mythical weapons. So the recipes for these have been released, and the recipes are quite simple. So both sub-weapons and normal weapons will require you to have 8 of these mythic traces. You will need 20 items based on the type of weapon you have. You will need to have 20 of these magic amplification stones, and these will drop from seal. Do not worry, the drop rate is pretty good. I think I did like 4 or 5 seal runs and I got around 22 of these. So you can get an average of like 3, maybe 4, 5. I think 6 was the maximum drop I got. 30 of these and 60,000 sky stones. As you can see, it's all the same except for the item of the type of the weapon and sub-weapon that you are using. And to activate the Mythic set, you only need to have 2 items. So you have sets that consist of your weapon as well as your sub-weapon. Without the set effect, you still have a small effect for that specific item. So for example, if you do not have a sub-weapon of the same type but still have a flame breath bow, this is the Naraka bow, you can still get 4.5% higher damage in Arena, Battlefield, and Siege. But if you do have both the weapon that is currently active as well as your sub-weapon, you will get the big effect, which is, for example, for Naraka, that 99% shield for the first 15 seconds. So you do not need to have all 6 weapons and sub-weapon to be the same. You only need your sub-weapon plus one of the weapons that is currently active to be at that rank. And if you're wondering, you get 80 extra attack from the Mythic there. So 2363 here, and for the Mythic it is 2443. For the set effects themselves, I will not cover it again since I have already covered those in the patch notes video, so you can backtrack and check that out. For now, I'm only showcasing this stuff and how it works in game. Next things are the symbols. So the symbols of rare, hero, and legendary tier have been released. To get these, you can either buy them from the shop from the world boss, or you can combine them and get higher rarity items of higher grade. So do not worry, these are not artifacts. The chances to upgrade are much higher. So for the green ones, it's actually 100% to go to the blue tier. For blue tier, it is 75% chance to go to the purple tier, and for the purple tier, it is 50% chance to go to legendary tier. So as long as you farmed a bit of expedition, you should definitely be able to get multiple legendary symbols quite easily. Now, the practice battle in the arena. So these are essentially rival monsters, rival summoners. They range from, seems like, just one rank below you to around gold 3, and you can battle these. You'll notice that you can quick battle marked by this lighter blue shade. So if quick battle is available with the team you have currently equipped, it will showcase like that. And as you can saw, the rewards you get from this are not amazing. So you do not get any arena tokens that you can spend in the shop. You only get progress towards your battle pass and around 3 to 7 crystals based on the difficulty of the NPC. So yeah, unfortunately, this is a useless feature. I wouldn't recommend using it. I would say the only condition where you could be using is if you currently have like a very high rank and you don't want to lose it but have a lot of arena tickets. You can use those to get a few extra crystals, but in most cases it's a completely useless feature. Also, there is the Beast Rider story that is already available in Korea. Unfortunately, you will not be able to check and summon the Water Beast Rider and check her skills. So at first you will only be able to summon, or not summon, but complete first 6 parts of the story. After this, as you can see, each of the quests says you'll have to wait until he finds a way. This means that in order to proceed further, you will actually need to acquire the Water Beast Rider first, it looks like, or acquire something first. Which means that most likely we will need to wait another 2 weeks until we can finish the last quest and actually receive the pieces or the Water Beast Rider in itself. And yes, the Beast Riders are not available in game, their skills are not visible yet either. Now, the TOA has changed quite a bit as well. So the normal stage previously had 200 stages, now it only has 100, but the rewards have been adjusted to match that. So in total, I think you will get a tiny bit less scrolls and you will get way less special room progress. As you can see, previously from 20, or rather from 200 stages, you would get 20 special room entries. Now you only get 5 from the 100 that you can complete. And hard stage, or rather hard mode, was changed to 20 floors instead of 200. And this one is now way more difficult. First of all, you have very hard conditions in this case. For this rotation, the condition to enter the Trial of Ascension hard mode is using all fire units. So yeah, some of these stages are quite easily, however some of them are really hard, and also it looks like someone has already found a way to bug abuse this, because they have used a light joker in here. But yeah, one thing I will say is that the rewards here are amazing, especially starting with floor 10 and up. So 3 million gold, that is 20 mystical scrolls, 500 energy, 500 refined stones, 3 rare artifacts, 50 durability stones, 500 breath of lives, then fire scrolls, then water scrolls. There is the legendary gem box, which you can select. There's the 10 wind scrolls, and then 3 rainbow mon, and this is where the good stuff starts. The finding catalyst once per month, legendary scroll, a rare, or not, a hero artifact actually, 20 angel mon selection boxes, so that's 3 XP, a light and dark scroll, a restoration stone, a devil mon, and a hero symbol box, which I'm not sure, this doesn't say a selection box, so it most likely doesn't allow you to select one. But yeah, the condition is you will need to use all fire units to clear this. Most likely it will change as the next rotation comes out, it will become like water, wind, or something like that. For this one is fire, and yes, surprise surprise, Fire Phoenix is sort of insane in a lot of these stages. Also, the special room changes a lot, so the chest rooms, especially the highest one, will become super OP. Unfortunately, I'm not able to showcase it, but instead of dropping gold and XP potions, you are now able to get effect stones, spell books, and gems. So for the top floor, you are able to get blue and purple tier rarity gems. For the second one at stage 60, you are able to get one tier lower, so blue and green, and for the last one it's white and green tier. And for the duck stages, these ones are just hunting the ducks, and yeah, they receive very low damage because they have damage mitigation based on max HP, but if you oblivion them, they will die super fast, so make sure to bring at a silent or something, and they will drop a lot of gold. As you can see here, around 420k. For the top one, it was around 800 or 900k gold. For seal, actually, these changes will be way bigger than you have expected. So first of all, what you can see is the gear. It is now guaranteed to be 6-star 0 awakening gear, which also means that the grade of those gears will be way higher. As you can see, I did a few runs, and look at this. BCCA, CSBC, I got another one, ASSD. These will be way stronger than they were previously as a 5-star or 5-star 2 awaken, 4 awaken, all of that. That's amazing. And second of all, you will also have a new drop here, which is required for crafting mythic items, so you will need to farm some seal eventually. And the last amazing thing is you can recharge 99 times, and you can recharge it with energy. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Another thing about seal, forget the dot teams that you have had, those are becoming pretty useless. The damage buff you get in seal actually enables a lot of your damage dealers, especially dealers that ignore defense, ignore buffs, all of that, to do massive damage. And specifically I'm talking about units like the Fire Phoenix, which actually has a defense penetration skill on the second skill. As you can see, I am not running dots, and I am doing significantly higher damage than I would with dots. So the buffs you receive, you get a little bit of defense and HP for your summoner and monsters, but you get 14,000 attack on your summoner, and you get close to 9,000 attack on your monsters, which means that nuking it this way is just significantly faster, and I was able to beat my old record like 3 or 4 times in a row, and my best time is now sitting at around 1 minute 45. Also, there is this Guild Town Dummy feature where you are able to cooperate either alone, you can do it with your raid party, you can do it with your, what's it called, guild raid party, and just test it out, see if the debuffs you are landing are enough, see if the damage you are getting is enough, just check what debuffs are missing, all of that. Unfortunately, they do die quite fast, so if like 20 of you attack, there is a chance that it will die a bit too fast. But it is a start sort of to a new feature which will allow you to maximize the efficiency, especially for stuff like guild raids. So there is this new summon preset feature, so unfortunately you are not able to just select a preset and have your units swapped. However, these presets basically act like small storage boxes. Then you can manage, and for example you can put up all of the PvE units in here, for example. And this will unfortunately not change your units, but it will make it a little bit easier to find them. So you will have your equipped units in the first slot, and then you will have all of the units that you put in these presets easily available for you. Also, another long-awaited feature, the rune storage is now split into equipped and not equipped, so you do get 1000 equipped storage right off the bat, and the non-equipped storage, from what I understand, transfers from the same capacity that you had in your account previously. So I have 465 at the moment. I can still expand it, and it should expand up to 1000 if the forums read it correctly, and the storage in here seems to be still the same. So yeah, extra space as long as you equip your units on monsters. And yeah, apart from that, there are still a few miscellaneous changes which I will not cover. Stuff like being able to recharge energy a few times, being able to use your mana and skills infinitely in the training area. This was mentioned, but I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, so there's no need to mention it. But yeah, that's about it. I think I can still cover the Win Harp Magician skills in here in case you didn't watch the patch notes video. So unfortunately, she is extremely disappointing. Her skills are like nat 3 worthy at most. First skill, 4 mana, it is a sleep for 14 seconds. It's only 50% rate though. That is extremely low. That is not hitting anyone whenever you need it. So yeah, that sucks. The heal, also super disappointing. The cleanse is only one harmful effect. It only affects one unit. It's not AoE. Still unsure whether the heal is AoE or not, because the description is very confusing, but the heal is not big either. As you can see, 24% is not a lot if we compare to something like Vivo Chill, who has 38% and 51% for the target summoner. We can also go for this one higher mana, but way better heal. So yeah, unfortunately, the win one is a bit disappointing. The passive, it just prevents death once every 5 minutes. It's a 300-second cooldown. It ignores the lethal damage the enemy does, and it applies Endure for a whole 1 second, and also uses the second skill heal right after receiving lethal damage. However, the good thing is the ultimate is at least pretty good. It is a full cleanse and it is a AoE heal, so at least that sort of makes up for it, but the rest of the skills are really not good. Also, there is a new event. This is sort of more of a achievement event that should help newbies mostly, but you will still get it, and it will allow you to craft maybe a few more extra symbols. The main stick of this is you will need to do 900 monster kills, which should be super easy. You'll need to clear a total of 3 raids. It doesn't need to be hero raids, it can be regular raids, so again, super easy. You will need to clear 9 special expeditions, so you will need 2 weeks to complete this task. And then you will need to craft 16 of each color of these energy of chaos, energy of other transcendence, whatever they're called. And you will get some rewards back. As you can see, I claimed most of them, but yeah, you will get like 10 full Ds, you will get like 40 or something pieces. Sort of a decent boost. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it for the main changes. There are quite a few miscellaneous changes that I will not cover, as I feel like they are not as important if you just want the most important info. And yeah, that's about it, and peace.